Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Into the Breach. Looks like we're going Blitzkrieg. A couple of people said they wanted to see it, and also I really want to see it, so this is what we're doing. RST engineers designed this squad around the mass destruction capabilities of harnessed lightning. This, I believe, at this point, this is the only squad that I haven't played with at all. I played a small amount with the hazardous mechs on my own account, and then, yeah, I've seen the other ones. So, the Blitzkriegs. Total mystery to me. Let's see what's up. I should actually select them. There we go. Okay. So, chain damage through adjacent targets. Alright, immediately what I'm noticing, thanks to us just playing as the Zenith Guard, is that this guy has no tricks. It's just damage. And what I found last time was that just damage doesn't seem that good. It's probably a bigger issue on hard because it's so much harder to just kill enemies. So we're going to have to keep an eye on that. Probably we want to pick up something new for this guy if we can. Just, you know, a little secondary option. We also have our hook mech. Use a grapple to pull mech toward objects or units to the mech. Okay, so he can pull himself toward solid things or he can pull units toward him. Can he pull them into him? It doesn't show this, but I wonder if you can pull something that's adjacent to you to do damage, like with the science mech from the last team. Oh, and he's armored. Weapon damage to this unit is reduced by 1. Okay. Interesting. I don't know. This doesn't seem awesome to me. We'll figure it out. And the boulder mech. Launch a rocket at a tile, pushing adjacent tiles. So it does 2 damage on impact and pushes adjacent stuff. And I assume if you launch it onto something that's not going, you know, if you launch it onto a blank tile, I assume it leaves the rock in place like that one Vec does. I could see that being really useful. So our achievements are, have the chain whip attack chain through 10 tiles. Have the chain whip attack chain through 10 tiles is the way that an English speaker would read that. Finish the first 2 corporate islands in under 30 minutes. Huh. That's an interesting challenge. And block 4 emerging Vec in a single turn. Should we go for this? I wonder if it means 30 minutes of gameplay time, or if it's like when I hit start, it's going to be like ticking the whole time. That might be hard to do on camera. I might have to not talk that much. Also, we don't... Okay, so... Okay, once we've unlocked squads, we can use that squad's colors. Our existing squad colors are pretty muted. Let's go with this nice blue. I like it. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna try this. So I apologize if I'm not talking a lot during these first few turns. I'm gonna be trying to burn through this pretty quickly. Let's do 2 islands in a video. We're definitely not gonna go for a 2-island victory, by the way. We might be able to pull this off. Okay, so we don't have a ton of mobility stuff. I'm thinking that we probably want to do detritus late in the run so that we can take advantage of the acid to do extra damage. So why don't we try this? Use smoke to cancel out attacks. This will help us get through the early going when we don't have a lot of tricks. We can just cancel people's attacks. We can postpone the discussion on where you got this advanced weaponry until after you use it. It's very accusatory. I do like defending the train. We should be able to do this defend stuff pretty easily. This is a little awkward. We do have 4 move on the lightning mech, which is probably worth noting. You're basically an artillery mech. You know what? I think I'm going to put him... I'm going to put him back here. And we're just going to use this axis to try to line up rock shots. Alright, please remain in your emergency pens. I forgot about the bonus health thing. I forgot that this is the island of the bonus health guy. We might actually be in a huge amount of trouble here. Now that I'm looking at this. Oh. Wait a minute. Okay, so it's not pull 1 space forward. It's pull all the way over. That's interesting. I'm starting to think that we are not going to get the 30-minute achievement because I'm just trying to figure out what we do here. Okay, how about this? We step here, throw a rock onto that. That'll block his shot. We can use the hook mech to pull this guy. Oh, man. Okay, we have to pull him all the way to here, though. Because otherwise, like, he'll attack through the mountains and still hit buildings. And that's a lot of damage we're looking at there. And then I guess we don't really have a lot of options with the lightning mech. I guess we do this first. May as well put the damage on this guy before we pull him. That's pretty neat. I'm sure we'll find lots of good uses for that. Smashing him doesn't actually help us that much. Oh, it does. That's true. It does stop his attack. But I kind of want to block the spawn, I think. Oh, that's not going to block the spawn. It'll get broken. So that was just wrong, then. I'm going to end the turn. I'm going to accept the wrong turn and save our reset for a potential wronger turn. Even more wronger in the future. But yeah, that was... I don't know what I was thinking. Trying to talk and also play relatively quickly. I suspect we're not going to be able to get this 30-minute thing. I'm still kind of trying, but... I'm not good at playing quickly. So this is bad. We're being... Every building on the map is being attacked, basically. Just out of curiosity, okay, no. It is not possible to do the pull into you to do damage. So we have a mech here that literally can't deal damage. Well, we can pull this guy into the smoke cloud to stop his very large, terrifying attack. We can rock throw this guy to break his... Yeah, we're going to take a damage here, basically. So we kill that guy's attack. We rock throw this guy to break his attack in the way that I should have last time. That we smoked him. And then we do this because we have enough damage for the kill. And we just accept that we're taking 1 damage. But any other version of this ended with us taking a damage to the one of the solar farms, which obviously is a problem. Okay, that's nice. I like that we don't have to deal with that. Okay, there's not actually a lot of damage coming out this time. So we can probably smash this guy. Be done with this nonsense. You can move here and just pull this guy to his death. And then I'm going to tank the hit here because it doesn't matter a tremendous amount, but we can kill this guy now that he no longer has bonus health. Because I am tired of him. I actually should probably switch up... yeah, I should switch up who's where. We have the pilots in the wrong order here. Because this mech is the only one that's going to be able to really reliably easily get kills. So this should be the lowest health. Or the lowest XP guy. Well. We have an easy kill here. We have this block again. I would really have liked to get these lined up in such a way that we could get a lightning kill. But without the 2 damage from the rock, the lightning isn't lethal anyway. Yeah, alright. I think that's that. Well, not ideal, and we did lose a grid power. But we also got all of our accomplishments, or all of our goals here. Let's go hard again. Let's just really rack up the rewards. Try to place you. I guess place you central. Ugh, this sucks. I hate the buildings being clustered together like this. It's really awkward to give ourselves the ability to move just about anywhere. Okay. This dude needs to be dealt with. We just don't deal enough damage. It's tough. It's tough to have a... Oof. Okay, the chain goes to my other mechs as well. That's bad. Yeah, it's tough to have a mech whose whole thing is damage, but who doesn't do enough damage to actually kill stuff. He just feels kind of useless. So... No, this is real bad. This is a bad situation. We can... No, I actually, like, I don't see any good plays here. Let's see. There are ways for us to kill this guy. What if I'm trying to figure out where we throw the rock. Like, everything having 3 health is tough. Having one mech that does nothing but damage and another, but not enough damage to kill stuff, and another mech that actually can't deal damage. It's a bad combination. If he were a little faster, this would be a lot easier. Because if we could move to here and pull this guy all the way out to there so he's dealing no damage to buildings, that would be a good start, but we cannot do that. A rock throw here could slam the Alpha Hornet into something and also could push this guy off of his attack axis. That doesn't really do anything. Like, it stops this guy's attack, but it doesn't do anything else. 1 damage on this guy is not sufficient. If I move you to here, we pull this guy, then we rock throw here. It pushes that guy back onto that thing. Okay, hold on. Maybe I have something here? No, never mind. This isn't going to work. I was going to do 2 damage via the lightning chain, plus 1 damage from the push, plus 1 damage from him getting shot. But first of all, he attacks first, so he'll still destroy this building. And secondly, that means this Firefly derails the train. The Firefly actually has to be dealt with. But we don't have a way of dealing with him. Maybe we move the boulder mech to here. Just throw a rock on top of this guy. What are you gonna do? I can't find a version of this play that doesn't let this guy hit a building. Like, this has to die or be moved. And die is better, obviously. Well, we're definitely not getting that 30 minutes achievement, so I'm going to stop trying to play quickly. Huh. Yeah, I can't, I'm having trouble seeing it here. So let's think. If we, instead of throwing into this row, throw into this row, like, move the tank. Move the tank, throw the rock to here. We can push this guy back so that he doesn't deal damage to a building. Like, if I move the tank to here, he could absorb a shot. He's armored. We move you to here, throw the rock there. That lets the tank pull this guy out of... Yeah, lets the tank pull this guy out of the path of the train on the coming turn. Actually, I probably don't want to move that far out. We want to stay relatively close to the center. Right, so I throw this here. Does that attack only push enemies? I was expecting our guy to get pushed. Oh no, it only pushes tiles in the axis perpendicular to the axis of it being fired, not all adjacent tiles. Okay. And then we pull this guy to here, right? Then I run down here and block this, and this deals a damage to our tank, but it also deals a lot of other damage, like a lot. But we need this rock. This rock is actually serving an important purpose. Oh, that's not true anymore. If we deal any damage at all to this guy, then this guy's attack kills him, right? Yeah. So, okay. Yeah, I do a big lightning chain here. This is pretty good. A lot of damage. So the Alpha Hornet kills the Firefly here. We block all of the other damage. Yeah, that actually is pretty good. You know what the problem is? The problem I was having is I was trying to think quickly, and it was panicking me. Panic's maybe not the right word, but you know what I mean. I was stressing myself out and making worse thought patterns in my brain. That's not great. Are we close enough to be able to do anything about that? I don't think anybody can actually get over there. The train is probably lost. Yeah, that guy being able to fly through the train is a real problem for me. Can I pull the train? No, I would pull myself to the train. Well, that sucks. So wait, the train is considered an object then, not a unit. Does that mean that I could use the... Does that mean I could use the train as a conduit for damage without... Nope, it would kill the train. Okay, let me think here. Oh, I guess he only has two health left. What am I thinking? I just throw a rock at him. Yeah, that solves that problem. Doesn't solve all my problems, though. I still have to deal with this guy. And I have to deal with this guy in a way that doesn't involve damaging him. What's the attack order? Okay. Here's what I think now. We can kill this guy with lightning. Kill this guy with a rock. Then the boulder mech stands here, pulls this guy, which not only saves the train, but blocks this spawn and kills this leaper before it gets to deal damage. Right, so you stand here, you get like the weakest, worst chain attack. I'm sorry, we'll do cool stuff with you later, I promise. And this attack was not a threat, but also it's not going to deal any damage now, so it's not a big deal. Okay, there it is. I made it out of that. And the train moves after all the enemy attacks, so it won't, yeah. Okay. Hey, that was pretty good. Alright, so you come down here and crush this guy. We gotta rearrange our pilots. You just get out of the way so that we can kill this guy without electrocuting you. There we go. I don't know, repair yourself. Okay, yeah, there's no way I'm getting 30 minutes. I can't play quickly. I can't do anything quickly. I don't know what I was thinking. We might have to take it down to normal for me to be able to get that, because I just can't brain. I can't brain fast. You know this. You know this to be true. So, yeah, we should definitely be running Fire and Forget. So he brings the reactor for Fire and Forget with him wherever he goes. Should we move him to a different tank? We should move him to the Hook Mech, I think. The Hook Mech's the one that's going to have the hardest time getting kills. And it's also the one where positioning is, like, super important. Alright, so... you can be the pilot here. Okay. Used on an ally, gives them a shield. That's cool. We can get +1 damage for the rock accelerator. And this... oh, chains through grid buildings without causing damage. That seems very useful. Enemies cluster around buildings all the time. Yeah, okay, this is our first extra core, no question. And then +1 damage will be very helpful as well. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm feeling alright about it. End the battle with less than 4 mech damage. Protect emergency batteries. Survive a lightning storm. I do love a good lightning storm. It's a shame that our mechs can't be made immune to electrical damage. There's not a lot of electrical damage to go around. But, you know, it feels like the, it feels appropriate, doesn't it? Thematically, if nothing else. Oh, it's a shame our tank isn't on the other side, because this would be a really good place. Okay, interesting. Now, as it stands now, I don't do damage to buildings, right? It's just that the buildings can't be used as part of a chain. But it feels like this is a no-brainer. They should not have stood in those positions. This is really their fault. You just grab the time pod and do a little smashy. And then we block here, and yeah, that was the turn. That was like the easiest turn ever. It's really nice to have enemies that only have 2 health. So yeah, we just gotta we gotta pump crazy reactors into this guy. He needs to be maxed out as quickly as possible. Him doing 3 damage is gonna make our lives so much easier. Alright, well, just a lot of blocking then. So we move to here, and throw a rock onto this tile. Okay. Yeah, I think this rock thing is going to be just super, super powerful. Just have to use it intelligently. Yeah, I mean, anybody who's watched any of my videos probably has a real good feeling for how long it takes me to think things through and make decisions. I don't know what I was thinking. This trying to play quickly strategy is ridiculous. That's going to be 3 damage. We really can't allow that to happen. Let me think here. Is there any way that we can get this guy onto a lightning space? I don't think so, right? We can do this. Just pull him out to here. And then go back to our spot. You stand here. You repair yourself. And then we're going to be at 4 mech damage. But it's also going to be the final turn, and there's only going to be 2 enemies. So I think we'll be alright. I should throw a rock somewhere, I guess. No, there's not really a lot of value in doing so. It just creates obstacles. I would definitely not want to push any of all of the positions that we have are important here, so. I don't know, I'll put a rock there. Just constrain their movement a little bit. Doesn't really have anything else to do. So we're going to have to do 1 repair at least. But aside from that, it's mostly just getting out of the way, I think. Oh, I totally forgot about the achievement. I mean, this is just good play. That's an achievement for playing the game in a reasonable way, so those are usually pretty easy to get. So we're not getting any kills this turn. All we actually have to do is block this guy. It's like... I just move, right? You can move to here. Throw a rock there. And then you just move and we're done? Yeah. No meaningful damage. All of our rocks get destroyed. Okay, that was easy enough. That said, the first 2 islands that we did in the last game also felt easy. This is not a good reason to rest on our laurels. We do have to start getting some XP. Well, we got a time pod, so at the very least we're going to get some, we're going to get a reactor core here. Which means that it is time to get the ability to chain stuff through buildings. I think that's going to be important. So do we want to do Site 3.1? Oh, I do like the Terraformer mission. Yeah, let's do this. The Terraformer is our friend. You know what? We should not start in terraforming range, given there's leapers here. I don't want to get webbed on a terraformer space and have things be awkward. Yes. He jumped into the same... Oh, it couldn't be better. Well, we'll just kill all of the enemies here. XP gets distributed over everybody. Unfortunately, Archimedes took most of it, which is a shame. Alright, so we'll move you to here. Rock. Move you to here and cable you over to the wall, where you could then move again, I guess. Not really important. And then you just get to be sort of central. Wait. Sorry, we should move to this side, because the enemy's going to spawn over here. Okay. Easy enough. Yeah, I think this rock is going to turn out to be my favorite mech ever, probably. Well, that was suicidal. Don't know what you were thinking. Stop webbing the terraformer. It's never going to turn out well for you. We'll toss this here. You can repair yourself. And you also get to block a spawn. Things are going all right. Things are fine so far. This is less fine. Because obviously, I want to just terraform here, but I cannot eat my tank this way. So I think what we have to do here is bounce this guy to the side. Archimedes comes over here and blocks this space instead. Or even this one is probably better. And we will heal you. And terraform in this direction. Okay. So we're only going to have to deal with 3 enemies on the final turn, and we are on track to accomplish all of our objectives. As long as we don't let something really phenomenally stupid happen. Okay, unfortunately, I'm afraid my lightning chain... Yep, it will kill the terraformer, because the terraformer is not a building. Well, what we can do is we could use a rock here to push this guy down. And then we could rearrange our units to still allow a big chain. In fact, I think what we do is... Can you get... you cannot get to any other location. If he had one more move, it would be great if we could move him here. So how about... I'm trying to envision this. We're going to use a rock to move this guy down. So that he's no longer adjacent to the terraformer. So that the lightning won't arc to the terraformer. Actually, I think it should be okay for me to be here. And we're going to pull this guy down. Actually, I won't be able to use my lightning if I do it this way, because the Hornet will be adjacent to the Boulder Mech, and the damage will kill the Boulder Mech. The Boulder Mech really needs another health. Oh, you know what we could do instead is we could move to here, throw the rock this way, and then the terraformer can just handle this guy. Yeah, easy. And then if the tank moves out of the way, then we no longer have a chain from the enemy to the rock mech, so we can do this. And then this guy just gets to survive. It's whatever. It's fine. The little bit of XP we don't get, which bothers me a little bit, but we'll be alright. So it is a problem that we blocked a lot of enemies there. We got very little XP over the course of the entire level. If we intend to make this kind of a long victory, though, maybe it won't matter. Alright, this gelatinous goo is as gelatinous Vec is a real problem. Fortunately, it shouldn't be that difficult. Like, even if we kind of lose containment and we end up with a lot of goo everywhere, it shouldn't be that difficult for us to just kill it all with the lightning mech. on, end up adjacent. Alright, that'll work. So obviously we gotta do something about that. Well, I could block this spawn and pull him. We gotta do actual damage to the goo, though. But I think for now, let's just do this. Here's what we'll do. Then we'll like stand here and throw a rock to push this guy down, and that way I can chain lightning through all of the stuff on the... Oh, except he has enough health that he'll survive. Shoot. See, I have to actually throw my rock on top of him, which means I can't push him, which means we can't chain. But this does kill both the leapers, at least, which is, I think, fairly high priority. Building chain already very useful. You know what? I'm going to block this guy instead. Okay, we have to get some actual damage onto the goo here. Pull the goo to here, and then we move you. We move this guy too. Then I can stand here, block a spawn, kill both of them, and then we can use the rock to finish the job. Okay, we get two spawn blocks here. Low health enemy. I'm very happy to see low health enemies. Come on, jump to a position where you can chain. Okay, that'll work. These guys have 2 health. No, that doesn't work. Oh no. I can't chain a lightning shot all the way through all of them. So... Can I fix that? Not really. Well... So I guess we don't really have an option here. We just have to crush goo. If we're going to accomplish all of our objectives, we have to kill 2 goos this turn and 2 goos next turn. So we do like this. And now this guy runs up and lashes. There we go. Just need to kill 2 more goos. Unfortunately, I would really love to have Archimedes pull this guy onto a spawn space, but unfortunately I have to pull him from this side, and if I do that, he will kill me with his 4 damage attack afterward. Actually, he's going to move. Yeah, when it's his turn to attack, he's going to move on to this. But I think I just stay put and repair. Yeah, that works just fine, actually. Alright, so we have to deal 1 damage to 2 different goos over the course of this turn. And we're all set. And they've made it quite easy to do. Does it make sense for, like, I don't think it matters who does which part of this. You crush him. You crush him. And we can even just tank the shot here. There's no way for me to use the pull to get him adjacent to the buildings, though. Hold on, undo move. No, I was thinking, yeah, we can pull this guy down to here, and then because Archimedes gets to move after attacking, he can just not be there anymore. But that doesn't change anything. It's still not enough damage to get the kill. So it actually doesn't matter how we do this. It's always, we get to kill that guy, but we don't get to kill this guy. That blocks his attack, though. That's pretty good. We're gonna get a little bit of XP for that. Yeah, all right. Repair yourself, I suppose. I went to Archimedes, man. This might have been a good level. If I had done this later on in the game, this might have been a good level to try to set up the 10 space lightning chain. +1 mech reactor. Fantastic. That's probably my favorite level up to see. That and movement, I think, are the best ones. So, somebody pointed out, what is your name? I have it open over here. Definition F Dispenser, thank you for pointing out there's no reason to ever take +2 power grid, because you can just take the pilot and then sell the pilot for 2 reputation and get 2 power grid. So, alright, let's see here. Gemini missiles. Ooh, launch 2 missiles, damaging and pushing 2 targets. That's actually really cool. What is our tank mech doesn't have a second thing, right? And your deal is +3 move on the first turn of every mission. That actually is really useful. I think I would rather have this. This seems great. Yeah, that seems like a really powerful thing. Okay, so we got extra mech reactor on the guy who we want to have the extra power on. That's great. Oh, you're not ranged class, you're brute class. This is a weapon for him. That's fine, I guess. It's less exciting. I was thinking there are some turns where the grappling hook's not that great, and it would be really cool to have this. Well, let's spend our reputation here. So what do we have access to? Smoke bombs for any class. All smoke deals damage to enemy units every turn. That, this would be a lot more compelling if we had not just done the island where you generate all the smoke. Definitely not taking self-destruct. Repair drop is potentially useful. I wonder if we should just actually sell this weapon. So I think it's a lot less useful on... It even shows the rock throw mech in the picture, in the little instructive video. I gotta pay more attention, man. This is cool. You know, but like, let's pick this up. We'll put this on our tank. No, the weapon we have is fine. And then we'll go like reactor core, overpower. Because I don't know what else to spend it on. Yeah, that seems fine. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do it. I'm just gonna stick that right now. Put this on you. We don't have the power for the Gemini missiles, but we'll get there. To be perfectly honest, the fact that the Gemini missiles are on this guy makes them a little bit less of a priority. Like, it's not a big deal if they're unpowered. We'll figure it out. And him having smoke bombs and grappling hook with the fire and forget. Like, we have a lot of options now for using him to disable some enemies and still block spawns and stuff. And we get +1 range on this. That would be really cool. Yeah, we got options. I'm happy with how this team is unfolding. Okay. You know what? Let's do another one. I'm in the mood to keep playing. Let's do Archive Inc. Archive Inc. should be fairly straightforward. I want to save Detritus for later because I think it's going to be one of the easier ones for us once we can get a couple enemies acided up. Arcing the lightning through them will be great. Okay, let's get a reactor core, shall we? Defend the tanks, protect the defense lab. Ooh, a centipede. I do not love these guys. If we're smart, though, we can make good use of the fact that he sprays acid everywhere. That's what a smart person would do. What I will do remains to be seen. Ooh, the lightning's actually going to be a little bit tricky. Before the tanks are, before we have proper control of the tanks, we have to be very careful about how we use our lightning mech. Oh man, that's really bad. So the blast scion makes stuff explode. Okay, so we need to throw a rock on this guy to push the Alpha Firefly to the side. I can't do that though. Because throwing a rock on this guy would require me to be in this lane. I guess I can just move the hook mech out of the way, maybe? We could have the hook mech smoke bomb this guy too. I'm just thinking, like, he can't actually hit the boulder mech because he'll kill him. And I don't really want to tank with somebody else because then I got a guy covered with acid, and that's not great. This is still a problem too. And I'm right in thinking that the lightning will arc through the tank and kill it. Yeah. Shoot. So I actually can't attack. None of the enemies are attackable because of the fact that they all grouped up on the tank, and the tank is parked so far forward. What if we use the hook mech to pull the tank out? That would let me kill both of these guys. I'm not sure how the damage timing works on that, though. If I have the lightning mech attack in such a way that it kills both of these guys, does this guy explode? It doesn't matter which one of them I hit with the lightning whip? See, this is still a problem, though. The Alpha Firefly cannot be allowed to hit any of our mechs. It does enough damage to kill all of us in one hit. But if I use the rock throw here, no, I can't throw the rock at him. The only way throwing the rock at this guy works is if I have somebody tank the shot. Maybe I can, though. Maybe we just have the tank do that. Because it has the movement, you know, we can move the tank somewhere, do a thing, and then have it move back into this space. What if I move the tank to here? Nope. I can't move the tank to here and pull the archive tank out of the way so that I can chain attacks. Because if I do it that way, I'm going to get the tank hit by acid. Because our hook mech has to block in this space to prevent the acid splash from hitting any of the buildings. I guess the tank mech could block in this space if we just move the boulder mech back one. Why don't we do this? This has a little added bonus, and then it sets him on fire too, which is cool. So you pull this guy out of harm's way. And then move to here. And then when you move to here, that means we do 1 damage to our tank. It catches it gets acided, but everything will be fine. And then we get to do a lot of damage here. I'm gonna hit the Scion first, and I guess we're gonna see. There might be explosion damage here. Okay, no, it did not blow up. I was not sure if it still would. Okay, well actually I'm pretty happy with this outcome. And it looked like the damage was dealt simultaneously, so the order, which one I hit with the whip, probably did not matter. That's good to know for the future. Okay, let's see. Well, I mean, this looks like a pretty attractive play. We move to here to block a spawn and just crush these guys. And then all I have to do is move out of his way. I'm trying to figure out if there's a way that I can also... I mean, I guess I could deal with this guy by pushing him down once. Like, if we move the tank just anywhere, basically. I'm trying to figure out a way to move this guy into some acid, if that's not clear. Oh, but there's not an acid pool on the ground in the tank space. And I can't put him in this space or this space because his attack will damage a building or another tank there. So I guess, yeah, we just get out of the way. Get out of the way, take the opportunity to heal up, and then block this spawn. And you back up again and crush this guy. There we go. 3 grid defense. That is not my favorite level up bonus. I mean, there's something to be said for having a high grid defense, though, apparently. Okay, we gotta be really careful about how we let spawns happen here. Okay. What to do? Unfortunately, our boulder mech is so far back that there's no way for us to throw a boulder to here to push this guy into this space. I could stand here and throw the boulder, but it doesn't accomplish what I want. Because I would really love it if we could... I mean, I guess we can. We can use the hook mech. There's a way to get this guy to block a spawn. And I think we need to take advantage of that. Right, so I do this... Use this tank to push forward. Then use this tank to push forward. There we go. You have your move, so you can just move back over here. I think I just repair with this guy. And we drop a rock on you from back here. I'm going to move forward before I do it. Okay, so this thing is dead, though. It'll take 1 fire damage at the beginning of this turn and then be killed by the spawn. And that means we actually only have 1 enemy to deal with on the final turn. I guess I am limiting my amount of XP here. Okay, well, that was... Huh. It was nice of you to be in a spot where you actually can't do anything meaningful. I want to kill it, though, right? So what's the best way to do that? I can move the lightning mech out of the way. Use the tank to pull it onto this fire. Throw a rock at it for 2 damage. So, like, if I move you to here... Hold on. I think I have a complicated way of making this work. So pull you over. Throw a rock at you. Then we use one of these tanks to push it down 1. There we go. There's my XP. Yeah, I feel pretty good about that. Three grid defense. Not the best. Alright. Right now we're going to use this as +1 move, but obviously we are trying to unlock those Gemini missiles. Alright, the mission to take down the dam is pretty good. This one usually is very doable. I miss my artillery mech. When I play a team that doesn't have artillery, I really feel it. Okay, well, it's a little awkward that the enemies are mostly flying. Hard to use the dam the way I would like to use it. Let's see. So it's pretty easy for us to have this guy kill that guy. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to pull you over to here. We're going to have Mary probably not even move, right? Just drop a rock here. And then these two will kill each other, and you just get ready to burst that dam. Okay, I guess you don't have to be there, do you? Yeah. It's a shame I can't quite make it to a spawn to block it. Oh, what? SB. 2 and 3 are different numbers. What are you thinking, man? Why did I think that was going to work? Well, it's certainly easy enough to kill you with the rock, at least. Is the rock the right way to get this kill? We need to, yeah, we need to kill you, and we need to do it now. We can't wait. I can just pull this guy. Ooh, actually, I was going to pull this guy so that he's in this column, but that actually won't work. It will totally get our boulder mech killed. Well, I can move here and just pull that guy into the water instead. We still have to deal with you. You only deal 1 damage. This is a turn where I can break this. Okay. So if we do pull this guy into the water, and then go block a spawn, then I can put you here, and have you smash that guy with a rock. And then we do this. Unfortunately, the water does not wash the acid off. You have to appreciate the morale of these bugs. If I fired a massive building-destroying projectile at an enemy and it didn't move or react, like it didn't even really move backwards with the impact, just nothing happened, that would be it. I would give up. I would go home. Okay, war's over, boys. We lost. Look at him. He stands stalwart. It's very impressive. How are we going to fix this? Well, I'm probably going to move this guy so he's blocking a spawn, right? We could have the boulder mech stand here, throw a rock there, and that's all of the spawns dealt with. You just get out of the water and crush that dude. And all you do is repair in place, I think? Not super exciting, but I don't think there's any version of this where I can manage to make this guy's attack land on that guy. I don't know, maybe there was. Well, it seems pretty straightforward to finish off the remaining Vec. You do this, and then pull this guy in, and then get out of the way so I don't eat damage off the chain. Archimedes is actually a really, really good pilot for the hook mech in this team composition. Because a lot of the time I think it would be difficult to not have the hook mech eat damage from the lightning chain, which is why it's armored, of course, but even so, it's better that he not take any damage at all, right? Old Town or Ohm Town? Well, this one has more rewards. You know what I really need in this situation is some extra power. Okay, the emergency batteries are all the way over here. This is not a good place for them. And we got to remember not to blow up anything, or not to kill anything adjacent to the emergency batteries until the Scion is dead. Very important that we do this in an intelligent way. Well, obviously that's unacceptable to me. So how are we going to do this? So we killed the Blast Scion early. That's definitely important. With this guy, we're going to have to... For safety's sake, we're going to have to pull him like all the way out to here. I think probably what I do is I just rock this guy. It's a shame we can't quite turn this into him blocking a spawn as well. Like, pull him to here, and then go block that spawn. Wait. Undo move. We will go block that spawn, but let's do it after I kill this Vex, that I don't take any additional damage. Okay. Having that bonus move is super, super powerful. Okay. Well, you only have 5 health. So I think we're just going to kill you. I guess I can donate the XP to the Rock Mech. We should probably be trying to give Mary the XP for kills wherever possible, because it's not always easy for it to be her who gets the killing blow. So you move to here. Oh, if I do this, though, I'm not going to be able to block a spawn myself because of the acid doubling the damage from the thing coming up below me. So maybe what I do instead is just, like, move here to grab the time pod, repair, and then move back onto a spawner. Because there's nowhere, if I can't stand here, there's no way for me to pull this Hornet into a position that matters. Well, it's better that he block the spawn, though, than I block it. What am I thinking? We definitely do this, then we just move you to a spot where you're not in front of a spawn. Because this is the same number of enemies come up, but also one enemy that's out here dies. I like these guys. The mech that can only do damage and has no other effects is going to be a problem. We're going to have to fix that, but that aside, I think this is a good squad. And I wish these enemies weren't so spread out. It's actually really hard to get the lightning arcing. They want to be apart from each other. This guy's not that big a deal. We could just tank his attack. So right, like I could pull him to here and then just be ready to tank his attack with the hook mech or whatever. But you deal 3 damage. And that's a serious problem. The Boulder Mech just throws a rock in front of that attack. Yeah, that's not so bad. I'd prefer to kill this guy, but we have a lot of other problems. I guess, actually, right, just doing it like this, having the Boulder Mech finish him off, and then making the making this play with the tank. Yeah. And this way we get to push our lightning mech onto that as well. Yeah, so oh no, this doesn't work because now I'm taking splash damage onto the building. Well, you know, taking a splash damage onto the building, we're going to get another power at the end of this map. As much as I hate to say it, this feels pretty mercenary, but maybe this isn't that big of a deal. This does solve all of our other problems. You still definitely don't want to get in front of a spawn. You don't want to block this attack because you're covered in acid. Yeah, this is horrible, but I think that was acceptable losses, as gross as that phrase always is. Aw. I was so hoping that he was going to move here and try to attack them. Well, pretty easy to disable that guy. So we just have to pull this guy out of the way. I guess he's on fire. I could also just kill him with the lightning mech. This is actually kind of a problem, though. Never mind. No, it's not. We can actually just pull this guy over here and then throw a rock. And we're all good. Everything's fine. Never mind anything I said about anything. We're good. Right, so you're on fire. You die at the beginning of your turn. Then we just put a rock in the path. Oops, you have to move a little bit more than that. We just put a rock in the path here. It doesn't even matter where. And then pull this guy, so his attack is blunted. Okay, that solves it, right? He doesn't actually get a kill, but he... Yeah. Man, I wish Archimedes didn't keep getting most of the XP from events that give XP randomly. Or that give XP in a spread out manner. Because he really, really doesn't need it. I do feel bad about letting those people die. Ooh. Gain 1 extra reset turn every battle. Huh. And he comes with +3 grid defense. I have to say, this is maybe the least impressive pilot that I've seen yet. Here's the thing. You can just do a good job. Like, all of the other pilots actually give you some kind of capability. But you can avoid needing Isaac Jones' ability by just doing a good job. Alright, I do love to defend satellite launches, and this is the only mission we have available where the rewards are double reputation, so... Yeah, I think we're probably just gonna sell Isaac Jones to the Corp. I bet he's some kind of time scientist. Maybe he's the guy who invented the breach technology or something. And that's cool from a story and theme perspective. I do dig that, but... Man, that ability's not very good. Well, So we could throw a rock here, push these guys into a line, and then hit them all for 3. That doesn't let us do anything to this guy. Well, you know what? If we use the tank instead... Oh, wait a second. I'm thinking we could use the tank to pull this guy onto this spawner and then chain electricity through them. But I bet that these rockets count as units and not buildings, so probably I can't use lightning on anything that's adjacent to one of them. I mean, maybe he just runs up and just kills these two. Then we could use a rock to finish that guy off, and the tank can, I don't know, just pull this guy or smoke him or something. Yeah, I think that's probably the play. Because there's no way for the tank to get this guy over to here. If we had any push, that would be the way I'd want to do it. Because then the rock throw would also throw him in the water. Alternatively, we could use the rock throw here, like maybe move to here so that we don't push this guy off the spawner, and then we could use the tank to just pull this guy to a position where his attack is innocuous, because that way the tank can move on to this spawner afterward. But maybe I want to let one enemy through next turn. I'm thinking if I block everything, then the turn after that, we're going to have like 4 spawners to worry about. Letting the enemies trickle in is probably actually a better play. So I don't know if the tank has any good plays. Any meaningful plays. This is maybe a better way to put that. Right, like he can come here and he can pull that guy forward. Or he can smoke the dude. Use our smoke attack for the first time. Okay, well that's pretty straightforward. You know, I say that, but actually I can't attack this guy with the lightning mech, which was my plan, because of all of the rockets. And yeah, the rockets go off at the end of the enemy turn, not the beginning. Well, it does complicate things slightly. We could just throw a stone here, let this guy hit the rocket. He only does 1 damage, and then he'll get obliterated. Honestly, I think that's pretty good. And that's easy enough. And we'll block a spawn. I guess this one. Try to keep the enemies to one side. Like that. The rocket gets wounded and then immediately gets sweet vengeance. So we can pull this guy forward to block this spawn. No, I can't. I was going to say we move the tank here and pull him forward, but the tank won't be able to shoot there because of the smoke. Wasted by my own petard there a little bit. We can do this. It doesn't push all of the SB. Remember what you were just saying about doing a good job? It doesn't push all of the spaces adjacent, just the ones on the perpendicular axis. So actually, there's no way for me to use the rock mech to push this guy. We can push this guy into the cloud to negate his attack. Right, if I just like move over here and throw a rock here. We can use the tank to pull the Alpha Hornet out of position. Actually, I like this a lot. Right, we pull you to here. We move you just sort of out of the way. Throw that rock there. He's going to get coated with acid here, so that's not okay. In fact, none of us can take that acid and then be on the spawner. So I just have to let that guy spawn. Hold on. We'll block here, because we can block with full health. You just get out of the way, I guess? Yeah. So now, the Alpha Hornet kills the other Hornet. Followed by this dude shooting acid all over the Alpha Hornet. And that leaves us with an acid pool on the other spawner as well. Now this guy is killed by a single rock. Inconvenient. Because obviously with the blast scion out, we don't want this dude blowing up and killing everything. We could move the lightning mech. Yeah, okay. I move the lightning mech to here. No, never mind. I was thinking if we could throw a rock to this space, push that guy up, and then just chain lightning through all of them. That would be great. But first of all, I can't actually get to a spot where I can do that. And secondly, if I did do that, it would probably kill the rocket anyway. But I can still... Actually, I can still execute a chain. No, I can't. The rock does not push people in all dimensions. I gotta remember that. Kind of wonder if the best play is actually just, like, stand in front of this guy, then here, drop a rock on him. He's covered in acid, so he'll die. Now, yeah, we have to kill this guy first, though. Otherwise, the explosion will be bad news. And we stand like here, throw the rock, and then we could... I mean, honestly, we could gas this guy. We could just stand in front of him. I'm going to clean up all of this acid. Actually, this is bad. Hey, look, I found a use for Isaac Jones. This is bad. This attack is going to actually kill him. Because he's going to catch fire. Oh, no, wait, but he catches fire after fire damage is dealt for the turn. No, we're fine. We're fine, but we're not fine for good reasons. We're fine because I got lucky, basically. Go hide in the smoke. Nobody will find you there. So yeah, our mech is going to be covered with acid and on fire. But there will be no fire damage before the end of the mission, so we'll be okay. Perfect victory. Archimedes is clinging to life and covered in fire and acid. And that's just perfect. I don't think there's any better way to express it, really. Alright. I appreciate that the Blast Scion is out right away. That's going to make things a little bit easier for me. So actually, I think on this one, we may be using this axis for our rock mech. That's a shame. I was really hoping he was going to end his turn. Well, I guess I was about to say I was really hoping he was going to end his turn adjacent to the water. But that doesn't actually even help us. Oh, wow. I mean, right? Is there a way for me to get the achievement here? This is 7 spaces that we're arcing through right now? There totally is. Okay, wait a second. Can I intentionally target a building? I can. Okay. How do I do this? If I can just... I'm going to use the hook mech to extend the chain through this building. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then here's 6 more, right? So we stand here, hook mech goes there, I attack like that, and it does a crazy amount of damage to everything. Alright, achievements. I almost killed my tank, but achievements. And then we throw a rock here, just push this guy onto the spawner, because I can't kill him with this attack anyway, so we may as well use him to block a spawn. And you didn't take a turn, so you get to heal yourself, and then go block the other spawn. Okay. I feel pretty good about that. Ridiculous. This mech's very good. You get those upgrades on there. Very, very good. Alright, we'll just... Actually, is there a way... Can he get over far enough? He cannot. He can get into this column, but he can't get back far enough to take the shot. I was kind of hoping we'd be able to simultaneously push this, this egg off. Well, why don't I instead do this? We'll block here. Then you can do that. Right, he doesn't move. He spawns and then stays in the space, and then he'll get killed by the spawn, I think. I'm like 30% sure. Okay, it turns out he doesn't even spawn until after the spawning phase. Alright, 2 turns. Right, you need to not be here anymore. Honestly, our XP is in a pretty good spot. I was really worried about it, but things have turned out alright. I did repair you. So unfortunately, I don't think there's a way to arrange this where I get to kill this guy with the boulder mech. Boulder mech only does 2 damage, and my only other attack does lethal. Yeah, we can kill him, but I don't have a way of making it the boulder mech who does it. That's a shame, because the boulder mech's the only one who needs the XP. Alright, listen. I'm not going to complain too loudly about how well that went. We're still looking for an option for our Chain Lightning mech, but I do feel a little bit better about his effectiveness now. +1 mech move, great. Really, really glad to see that. Buildings gain a shield after taking damage. I don't think we're going to take that. I don't remember if we've got Herald unlocked or not. Because if we don't, then he's just 2 stars. Yeah, this is kind of planning for failure. I mean, this totally would have been useful on the final mission for us. Actually, would it have? The enemies hit so hard later on that the building space getting a shield after taking damage won't matter, because the building space almost certainly took damage at least equal to the number of buildings that were in it. So yeah, let's grab Herald. Okay, I did have Herald already. It did not unlock anything new. So I think we're going to dump both of our new pilots, because I don't... Well... He does have +1 move. He's probably better than Mary. There are definitely situations where pushing adjacent tiles when repairing is bad. But he has +1 move. So, sorry Mary, I guess. You and Isaac can hang out and make this place safe. Alright, boosters? That's fine. We could pick up a burst beam for our lightning mech, but I don't think that's very good. Honestly, I don't think any of this stuff is good. I kind of think we're just taking 4 reactor cores. Yeah, we'll find him another option. Soon. Sometime soon. I have a hard time feeling bad about 4 reactor cores, though. So let's slot you in here. Is this the right one? +1 reactor, +1 move. I'm wondering if Frenzied Repair would maybe be better off on one of the other mechs. I guess it makes sense to put it on the one that doesn't have a lot of health. And then we're going to install enough cores to run this. It does 3 damage already, so we probably don't need the +1 damage, but I am going to take +1 use. And then we have 2 more cores. To be perfectly honest, I kind of think we have to take some plus health stuff. We don't have plus health on any of our pilots. Harold could still develop it. I kind of think he needs health, and then... Honestly, you also need health, because you are constantly blocking spawns. Yeah, and Michaela's doing fine. Michaela doesn't need health. Alright, well, this is going really well. So that's going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. Let me know in the comments below whether you'd like to see a 3 or a 4 island run. I don't know that there's any particular reason for us to do either, so I'll probably just let you guys vote on it. That's going to be it for us for today, which I already said. Come back next time. We're going to shoot a whole lot more lightning and a whole lot more bugs. I'm actually having a really good time with this team. And we'll see you then.